From Fox 15, News 15 Today starts now.
Good morning and welcome back. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Forstell.
And I'm Carter Semino. Thanks for tuning in this Tuesday morning.
Let's start off by getting a check of the weather, shall we, with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier.
Adam, another muggy start to the day.
Warm and muggy, the name of the game, and get used to it because we got more of these days in store for us. We're looking at these temperatures. Look at this, Opelousas, 88 degrees right now.
It's literally 8:31.
Look,
Woo!
I think that may be a little bit of a sensor error there. I don't believe
hope.
It's 88,
Maybe
but if
someone
it is,
could weigh in, a viewer at home, let us know.
Yeah, that
Driving
is.
to work.
Update. Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot. Good call there, Carter. Good call. We are looking at those very toasty temperatures. I'll tell you what, the dew points don't help out either. We're in the mid to upper 70s with those dew points, and it is shaping up to be a hot day. Let's just say that Opelousas is correct. It's 88 right now. You know, upper 90s not out of the question if that's the case. We are looking at those really toasty temperatures here through the middle of the morning time, where we should generally be about 90 degrees by lunchtime. But coming up, we are talking about the heat. We're talking about the humidity, but we're also talking about the tropics. Three things to keep an eye on. It's very busy. Heating up outside and in the tropics. More on all that for you coming up.
Okay, Adam. Well, we'll continue to check in with you. Thanks for that. Well, the White House isn't holding back, making a final push to try and meet its goal of 70% of Americans getting at least one COVID-19 vaccine by the 4th of July.
Fox News correspondent Kevin Cork has more on which states may need more convincing, as the World Health Organization says new COVID cases are dramatically falling.
A moment of silence in remembrance of the more than 600,000 American lives lost.
Members of Congress coming together in a solemn moment of silence Monday, honoring the roughly 600,000 Americans who've lost their lives to COVID-19. A grim reminder of the virus's toll as folks across the country continue raising opposition to the vaccines.
I don't think that my privileges and regular rights to walk into a store should be based on whether I decided to get a shot in my arm or not.
But as the vaccine rollout continues to peter out, the White House is launching a new mission across the South to increase support for the shots, with Vice President Kamala Harris spelling out a very direct message in South Carolina.
The vaccines, let me say it again, are safe. They are safe. And they are free.
Meanwhile, some good news on the international front. The World Health Organization says the global number of new COVID cases are down for the 7th week in a row, the longest consecutive period of decline since the beginning of the pandemic. But officials say we're still not in the clear yet.
While weekly cases are at their lowest since February, deaths are not falling as quickly.
Back here in the States, Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to make a stop in Atlanta later this week, as Georgia is one of 7 southern states with one of the lowest vaccine rates in the country. In Washington, I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Well, turning to the latest COVID-19 coverage, the human immune system continues to protect the body at least a year after someone contracted COVID-19. And the vaccine appears to boost immune response in people who have recovered from the virus.
Well, this according to research released on Monday in the journal Nature. Those involved with the data say immune system cells called memory B cells continuously generate protection against the coronavirus.
Health officials have repeatedly stressed the importance of getting the COVID-19 shot, citing previous studies that say the products made by Pfizer and Moderna shields humans from variants of the virus.
A new study finds a startling relationship between high obesity states and accessing medical care for it.
Researchers at Chicago University did a 9-year state-by-state analysis of 100,000 bariatric surgery patients. They found that residents in some high obesity states were the least likely to access bariatric corrective surgery.
Midwestern and southern states have the highest obesity rates. Factors that could influence not choosing it include the number of surgeons, financial incentives, and insurance coverage.
The latest data from the Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance System rating obesity in each state lists Louisiana as number 9 in the United States. More than 35% of adults in the sugar state are considered obese.
Well, as the airline business picks up from its COVID pandemic lows, a different kind of epidemic is happening on board some of these flights.
Incidents involving unruly passengers skyrocketing in recent months. As Dan Simon reports, one of the latest mid-air scuffles involves an off-duty flight attendant.
The struggle and screams coming from the most unlikely of passengers. An off-duty Delta Airlines flight attendant aboard a flight Friday night from Los Angeles to Atlanta. The pilot asking for, quote, all strong males to come to the front of the aircraft to handle a problem passenger.
I am very thankful that it did not end badly.
Passengers saying the man, who police identified as 34-year-old Stefan Jamar Duncan of Atlanta, made an announcement over the plane's PA system telling everyone to take their seats and prepare to put on oxygen masks.
That created quite a stir amongst everyone around us. It became very tense.
The plane safely diverting to Oklahoma City. According to the police report, the off-duty attendant making statements about being seated next to a terrorist and stashing his personal items like tennis balls in various places throughout the plane. Ignoring orders from the flight crew, the report says he allegedly assaulted a crew member, and when another off-duty crew member tried to intervene, he pushed her against the wall and put both hands around her neck and began choking her. CNN has reached out to Duncan. It's not clear if he has legal representation. On Thursday, another Delta flight, this one from LA to New York, was forced to land in Detroit after another passenger became disruptive. And earlier this month, a third Delta flight from LA to Nashville forced to make another emergency landing with a passenger trying to breach the cockpit. These incidents just the latest in a string of unruly behavior in the nation's skies. The FAA reporting it's received more than 3,000 reports of unruly passengers since the beginning of the year. The majority related to people not wanting to mask up.
What we're seeing on board really is an outcome of the stress of this pandemic. People have been stretched to their limits.
For now, the question is whether things could get even uglier with summer travel season picking up and passenger numbers starting to approach pre-pandemic levels.
Well, taking a look down in the Gulf of Mexico, we got a system to track that could bring us showers and thunderstorms this weekend. More on that coming up.
We are checking in with Al Hebert one last time this morning as we get our last and final preview of the Calcutta House for Hospice of Acadiana. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome back. Well, for the final time this morning, we're going out to Al Hebert at the Calcutta House, which is Hospice of Acadiana's new inpatient facility.
And it is a beautiful facility. We're going to check it out for the last time this morning as we send it out to Al. Hey, Al. Oh, look at that.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Carter. We are wrapping up our morning with Casey Thompson at Calcutta House, and we are outside, and it is just beautiful out here. This beautiful landscape. Tell us a little bit about the outdoor space.
Absolutely. So it was important for us to be able to have different little pockets for families to be able to go. So we have a deck that runs alongside the building. We have a veterans garden. We also have a pergola, a welcome fountain, and then a memorial butterfly garden on the grounds.
This is so peaceful out here, like everything. Rockers on the porch. It just feels like home. Give us the address.
105 St. Christopher Street, which, a neat little fun fact, St. Christopher's was actually the first hospice in England.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that is a cool fun fact. Now, I do want to revisit. You guys are hiring. Tell us about that.
So we are looking for full-time nurses. We have both night shifts and day shifts available. Expect to be open in the next several weeks, so anyone that's interested can go to our website or call the office.
And one of the best places in America to work, right?
That's right. Ranked 35th in the country by Modern Healthcare.
How cool is that? Great place to work. Great job as far as, man, if you want to serve people, this is the place to do it. Now, the grand opening, remind us of the time.
So ribbon cutting today at 11 a.m., and then we have an open house this afternoon from 1:30 to 6:30.
So people can come and just take a tour.
If they like, yes.
I like that a lot. Hey, guys, we're going to go back to you in the studio. More News 15 today. Hey, tomorrow we are going to be at Brasso's Hardware shopping for Father's Day, so you don't want to miss that. We're going to have a lot of good gift ideas for Dad. Casey Thompson, thanks so much for having us this morning. Really appreciate it. Back to Carter, Alex, and Adam in the studio. More News 15 today.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to tomorrow, Al, but we appreciated this in-depth look at the Calcutta House this morning. Well, warm and humid is the name of the game today, and it seems like every day. Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier is tracking more hot weather in your forecast next. It's 8:43 on your Tuesday morning.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back. A very busy time in the tropics right now.
Oh, yes. We are going to get the latest this morning from Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Adam, what do you have for us?
Yeah, you know, Carter and Alex, we are tracking 3 systems out in the Gulf and 2 in the Atlantic. Very, very busy times, especially since we're only in June. Usually we don't see this much activity until July or August. But yeah, we got 3 of them. There's the area we're watching in the Gulf of Mexico. There's Bill, a tropical storm up in the northern Atlantic. Yeah, way up in the northern Atlantic too. And then a new wave that's come off the coast of Africa. So we'll plot all this on there for you so you can kind of get an idea. There's the Gulf system with a high chance of development. You got Bill that's up to the north off the northeast coast. And then you got this area that's out coming off the coast of Africa that we'll be watching in the days to come. But we're going to start with the thing that is going to bring the most impacts to us, the system in the Gulf. And we've been talking about this for days and days, and we're still talking about it, and we're going to continue to still talk about it through the weekend. This is a slow developing area of low pressure. Now, it is very broad at the current time, but we expect it to tighten up and get more concentric, and that's when we could see something try to develop out of this. Now, we've been watching as the first hints of that circulation developing here north of the Mexican coast, but it's going to still take some time. The environment still not ripe for this to develop, and it really won't ever be a great environment for this to strengthen a whole lot, but it should get a little bit stronger as we see a more consolidated area of low pressure. So, as of now, the Hurricane Center giving this a high chance of development as it works its way northbound, headed towards, well, the Louisiana coastline. Models are dead set that somewhere between the upper Texas coast and the Mississippi coast, this is going to move onshore. And really, this puts a lot of that impact here into Acadiana. Now, the question remains exactly where this goes, because there are 2 scenarios that this can take. And there's one good scenario for us, and there's one that's not so good. We're going to start out with the not so good scenario, which is kind of becoming the more likely scenario at this point in time. That low moves almost due north and heads somewhere along the upper Texas coast or southwest Louisiana. Well, that sends that surge of tropical moisture our way, leading to a very heavy rain event over the weekend. But if we can get this low to go a little bit farther to the east, say the center of it going up towards New Orleans, we will stay drier. We may see some showers, but we're not going to see the heavy rain that's expected to fall with this system. And when I talk about heavy rain, I mean heavy rain. The Weather Prediction Center has come out and said there are spots within the next 7 days in our area that could see upwards of 10 inches of rainfall. Now, this is going to go back and forth every day. New model runs are going to come in and they're going to show different things. But the general idea is with the current slate of model runs, it's looking like a more wet forecast for us here going through the weekend. So definitely stay tuned to that. We'll be updating you in the coming days. I also got to talk about Bill, which is out here in the Atlantic. This formed yesterday, zooming on off to the north and east at 31 miles per hour. A tropical storm with winds of 50 miles per hour. It's going to continue to head up to the north and bring some gustier winds to Newfoundland, but really we're not expecting a whole lot from Bill. Kind of saying goodbye to that. The other area we're watching, and this is new from the Hurricane Center, is a tropical wave that's come off from the coast of Africa. Now, it had a 20% chance of development in the next 5 days. They've dropped that to 10%, although models still kind of are trying to grab onto the idea this may try and spin up as it gets farther to the west, but there's a lot of dry air and wind shear out here, and plus it's so far away, we really don't need to even talk about it that much. Just something to kind of keep an eye on. We've already had Anna. We've already had Bill. Next name on the list, Claudette. And that would be the one that would form in the Gulf of Mexico. So going forward, the next few days, staying hot and mostly dry. A few storms to help cool a few of us off. But then the weekend, that's where you got to really keep a close eye on the forecast here. It looks like it's going to be, at times, pretty wet around the area. So we'll keep you updated on that in the coming days. But as it stands right now, I would definitely keep the umbrellas, the rain boots, all that handy because we'll be needing it towards Friday through Sunday.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you for that, Adam. We will check back one last time before we head out today.
Well, did you know dogs attacked 73 postal workers in Houston alone in 2020? More stats and how you can help protect your local mail person next. Welcome back. YouTube's largest ad platform will look a bit different.
According to reports, the video sharing site will reportedly not place ads regarding alcohol, gambling, or politics in its main slot. When folks first open YouTube, you typically see the large banner on the top and then a very prominent spot for advertisements.
Former President Trump famously purchased the banner during his 2020 re-election campaign. For a number of years, Google has allowed people to limit alcohol and gambling ads, and recently curbed ads with, quote, hate speech and misinformation about politics or the coronavirus.
Well, we all love our dogs, right? But it's a well-known fact that sometimes our dogs don't love the mail carrier. This is true for us, but he just barks at her. Like if she walked in, he'd be like, oh, hey, you're my friend. I don't know.
The United States Postal Service says more than 5,800 employees reported a dog attack in 2020 alone. This can be anything from a nip or a bite that caused a postal worker to file an injury claim or tell a supervisor.
That's terrible. USPS didn't specify what types of dogs attack the most, just that, quote, any dog can bite.
To help avoid any issues, USPS says owners should secure all pets as carriers approach. We need to contact our former coworker, Brittany Crashan, whose mother's been a mail carrier for 35 years in St. Landry Parish, and see how true this is in her experience.
Oh, I bet it's so true. And I don't know what it is, because every single day, she could be a street over and Eli knows, and he just starts barking, but then I don't know, they're telling us to move on. So, yeah, but we do need to check.
A tale as old as time.
Yes.
Well, the results are in. Broccoli is the U.S.'s favorite vegetable.
That's shocking to me.
That's according to Green Giant's annual favorite veggie survey released Wednesday.
Many of those questioned praised the taste of broccoli, calling it the main factor in their selection. Carrots came in as the runner-up, wow, followed by corn.
Tomatoes and cucumbers, which made the list last year, didn't make the cut in 2021. The findings in the survey were based on more than 5,300 people between the age of 18 and 72.
Now, go ahead.
Here's my thing, Alex. If you're the type of person to fill out a favorite veggie survey, I don't trust your opinion when it comes to vegetables. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Broccoli is gross. It always has been gross unless it's doused with garlic and olive oil.
And all of the stuff. Well, Adam loves broccoli. I'm kind of with you. I'll eat it, but
Adam's the kind of person who would fill out a veggie survey. So.
Wait, wasn't asparagus on this last year?
I think it was. I love asparagus.
That's my favorite. I'm just shocked that it's not on there. Okay, anywho, wow, that's just too funny. Chrissy Teigen, not so funny, offering apologies. The model television personality released a Medium post where she said sorry for being an internet troll, far more than an internet troll, but people are not exactly ready to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, and Teigen wrote that every day she feels, quote, the crushing weight of regret for the things she said in the past. That includes a back and forth Teigen had with model Courtney Stodden.
Last month, Stodden publicly accused Teigen of sending harassing messages on social media. Stodden told the Daily Beast that at the time, Teigen would send private messages saying things like, quote, I can't wait for you to die. Yeah, that goes far past trolling, but
yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Well, let's move on to, I guess, lighter news. Adam Olivier, he has a final track of the forecast after this break. Plus, we're going over some top stories of the morning.
Yes.
Stay with us.
And a final track of that forecast. Through the morning time, we're staying dry for the most part. By lunchtime, a few pop-up storms and those temperatures right about 90 degrees. It is going to be a hot one. We'll talk more about the heat and the tropics coming up at noon.
Okay, and we will see all of you tomorrow, but you can catch us anytime on our website, KDN.com.
Have a great day, Kadiana.